this happen. And so definitely big ups for Mike Scarborough. This is great stuff. I'm glad we're getting the opportunity to talk about this, let alone watch it on our side. This is what I'd like to do on a lovely Saturday anyways. Now I just get to compete and hopefully not lose my voice today. Again, my name's Tim Goodwin. I'm followed there with Mike Redmond. We're commentating. We are both dart players, not commentators, not yet anyways. This is really our first time putting this together. It's a first event. Premier League of Arizona, the top 8 players that agreed and were invited to this event. And we've got 2 matches completed. Mike Scarborough versus Adam Zavada. Adam Zavada winning that 9-3. We got JC and Chuck that just finished a great match, 9-7 to JC's favor. Now we've got Chris, the bar darter Watson versus Jayme Haveman. First leg of 7-1, double in, double out.
I couldn't have said it better myself. What do you got on a scoreline here, Tim?
Yeah, going first, Watson is going first here against Jayme and so he has a great start. On form, Watson. This is a tough one. I think this is going to be one of those that it's going to be momentum. I'm going to have to put it towards. Ooh, I'm going to throw that to you. I'll let you handle that one first. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, so I was talking about this last night, or maybe it was earlier today. I don't remember. But when Chris Watson is rolling, he is very, very, very difficult to beat. With that being said, man, I think I'm going to roll with home field advantage. I'm going to lean towards Jayme Haveman on this one. I think it's going to be super, super close. I would not be surprised one way or another who wins this. I think they both can win this, but I'm going to lean towards Jayme on this one. I'm going to say 9-7, and
I like that. I like that. That was a great pickup by what you're saying. Home advantage. So Tom Ryan's is Jayme's home bar, along with Andrew Trainer. The rest of these starters are and JC is known there as well. But that home advantage could take play here. But Watson is such a methodical player that it's not timing, it's not flow, it's method. He's going to take his time, he's going to breathe, and he's going to relax and find his strokes. So I think I'm going to go the other way here. I think I'm going to go Chris Watson, tight race, 9-7, just the same. I think it's just going to be on 1 or 2 breaks, and who gets that long streak.
Yeah, I like it. Let us know in the chat, guys. Let us know who you got. Let us know what your scoreline prediction is. I like to hear from everybody. I like to hear what everybody thinks, and let's see what we got out there.
Appreciate that, Charles.
On this one.
He says, nice bailout. No, I definitely, this one's a tough one. And it's we've seen these guys play, and it's little things that could make a difference here. And again, being on this level, this tier of play that's playing, it's who's on the day, right? Whose day is it? And so, Chris Watson sitting there going out strong, starting strong, with 140 look, misses the first start, but shooting a 37.4 in the first leg. He's looking got a strong start.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's running away with this one. He got out early, so I mean, Jayme needs a big shot here just to put a little pressure on.
Yeah, if he doesn't hit this trip 20 here, he doesn't get a look. And Watson's got a free 6 starts, and he does. He misses the trip 20. Watson's got a free 6 starts at 100, but to settle his nerves and stuff, you'd think he's got to take it here. Corwin says, let's go, Jayme. Yep, love the support, guys. Keith Say also in the chat, depends on how many shots Jayme has had. Well, yeah, great question. I mean, it is 2:17 in the afternoon here in Arizona. So,
and
the question is...
He's probably been playing darts for 3 hours already.
Correct, right? The question, that could go both ways, right? Keith says, depends on how many shots Jayme has. Yeah, but which way? The more shots, does he get better? The less shots, should he be better? Jayme's one of those wild cards. You give him the right shot, you're not going to miss.
Oh, big shot by Chris Watson there.
Finishing up.
It's a good recovery after missing. 20.
Yeah, did not like the first two darts, but smashed that double 20 to take the first leg. It's currently 1-0 in Chris Watson's favor, race to 9. The format is alternate start, 701, 701, cricket to cricket, 701, 701, and so on, until we have a winner of 9 games. Like, we've been playing with these guys, both of us have. We played with these guys for the last, I mean, I've known and played with Chris for the last 11 years, and Jayme for probably the last 3 or 4 at least. These guys, they really don't have huge ups and downs, right?
Yeah, it's all pretty consistent. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of 4.7, 4.5 to 4.7s. You're gonna get, you'll get some fours and you'll get some high threes, and then every now and then you're gonna get this, like you see from Chris Watson right here, popping off 7, and you can expect big scores here and there, and that's what these guys do. They're just methodical and they stay consistent and they deliver big shots and they don't get wavered by pressure. So
Right. And this is probably one of the big first events that of singles for like Jayme and Andrew as well. I know they've gone around and played some of the bullshooter events across the U.S. And like Washington, for example, and these guys are competing and attempting to compete on that top level. But do they have this type of competition on a singles level all the time?
right, yeah, and you see Chris Watson here getting comfortable, moving around the board. Got Jayme trapped on the 19 here, shooting 6.33, which is very impressive. So we'll
Tracy
see
Lang
what
is
Jayme
not
can.
wrong. Says it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's yeah. So yeah, that's not a question I like to ask Jayme every once in a while. How many shots? I don't like to ask anybody that question because usually I'm the one in the wrong here. I don't remember how many I had. Let's see. Chris is really putting it to him, and I think the advantage Chris has in this match here is that he has played that CSC Division One, Division Two singles long format cricket. I think that's going to be very beneficial in his way here. Adam Darvin
Yeah,
says
Adam
like
Darvin,
Watson
man.
winning 9-3. Yeah, I mean that kind
Yeah,
of plays into what I was saying here. I don't think it's going to be that big of a stretch, but it's definitely possible the way this has started so far. Jayme's really not putting any pressure on, and Watson's kind of just running away. I say he's running
yeah.
away, but he's throwing a 6-0, man. He's not sitting there slacking to Jayme's stuff. He's just throwing some big darts up there.
Yeah, Watson going to the board, like you said, shooting 6. I fully expect some variation of 415s and a 19 here.
Agreed.
Oof, oof.
Misses the first
Yeah, I
dart,
like
kind of
that
throws
first
him
one.
off. I think he's just going to smash a 19 here, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yep. Now looks at the 15. One holds it. This does give Jayme the opportunity to try to get point lead, but there's really no pressure yet.
Yeah, being down 4 beds early in the leg is tough to come back from because even if he gets the point lead now, he's up 25. Watson's still plus 4 beds, so really not a whole lot of pressure on him here.
No, Watson closes it.
Holds it
Decides to
for a
go
ball,
double
yeah.
bull. Doesn't care about the lead because of the amount of beds he has. He's shooting a 5.14 against the 3.57. 3.57 is not a bad. It's definitely above average. Not for Jayme though. Goes up, does pile in some bowls. Look at that. That's something he needed, right? A little confidence booster. Try and get your head out of it, and let's just hit something good. And he goes up and hits 4 bowls.
I mean, Jayme. I mean, best case scenario for Jayme would be for Watson to not win the game here, to just hit a ball, maybe hit a single and miss, something like
Yeah, but
that.
he's still got 4 numbers. It's pretty much you never want to give up. Watson does throw in a Maloney double there. 5.0. Second leg goes to Chris Watson. He is now up 2-0 over Jayme Haveman.
That's a good leg. Chris Watson's playing well. He's been playing well for a long time, but it's good to see him really playing well here in this event.
Yeah, he takes his time, breathes, makes sure he got what he needs, sets up, and then he throws his darts. Usually, too much don't affect him when he's at the line in the zone. Starts out with a 5 mark. Heather Schumacher says, I got Watson 9-6. Jayme hasn't had as much stream time and it can add some major stress. Completely agree. That's one of the things I mentioned about, Chris having that CSC time. That type of stuff, this type of stuff we're having here displaying right now. This is the stuff we want to see, the pressure we want our players to be under. So they're prepared for those events. So, I definitely agree. Great to see you in stream, Heather. Hope you and TJ are having fun.
Shout
Watson
out to
going up calmly.
Shout out to TJ Schumacher, my Nationals doubles partner for next weekend.
Yeah. We talked about that a little bit last night. That's going to be a dirty team. That's way away. Hey, here we go. That's what we're talking about. Fireball. shoots a 9 mark there to push himself in the game. Now he's starting to come around, shooting an 8.0 in this leg. I mean, only 6 darts thrown, but still, now he's starting to wake up a little bit. Could be one of those streaks and put Chris under pressure. See how he responds. He gets a 7 mark on 18 and says, yeah, keep it up, bud. Let's go. Love to see it.
Yeah, Watson battling back. Yeah.
Jayme continue to try and fight that 19. Hits 3 singles. Does get the point lead barely. Watson gonna be fighting on the lower number. Depending on, I think he looks down right away. Gets rid of the bigger number, but he is gonna go up. Gets point lead with a triple 18. Closes the 19. Oof. Just outside of that trip 17, hits a single. Great shot right there. Now putting Jayme back under pressure.
Ooh, what do you do here?
Stay there. You've got to sit there and do it. Fireball.
Back to backs?
It's not back to back, but it is. Yeah, they skipped around there. He shot the 3 singles in the middle there, but
okay.
If he puts these together, he does slide that into the trip 18 right off the flight of the 1 and the triple 1. 352 to 349. He's going to try and look at that 18. I don't like this move.
I like going downstairs here.
I agree. He does miss off into 1. He takes a look. He moved a whole foot over. That's kind of a tough dart. I understand being the bigger number, wanting the point lead there, but I either open another bet or shut down the 17s with that kind of blockage. Jayme not taking advantage here yet until the 3rd dart. Hits 4 17s for points and score. Gets the lead. Now Watson's got to hit at least 4 18s to take that point lead back. Thanks, Linda Wells. Appreciate it. This is great commentary. Also cheering for Jayme. Love to see the support for both players.
Absolutely.
He does hit that 5 mark, gets the point lead. Jayme's going to fire off at that 17, misses the first. There's point lead. Does he look? He does take a look. Yeah. Unfortunate on that. I think he's a rhythm player. He shoots fast. So sometimes, when you're making them big moves from the bottom to the top, your adjustment can be that far off.
And he kind of looked like he just threw that dart to throw it. He didn't really. He kind of should have reset a little bit, took his time, and
yeah, it does seem like they're both rushing right now. Watson usually, he takes his time to get the line, but he's shooting fast when he gets that line. And so he only hits 2 18s, just getting a point lead, leaving Jayme the opportunity to run.
There you go.
Jayme stays all 3 darts. That's it. Nicholas Hahn, 5.8 versus 6.4. Arizona's talent is so deep. You are correct. We are showcasing 8 of our top players. There are quite a few others that can be involved, that should be involved, that will be involved in the future, that we're looking forward to. There's other things coming in the line that we're excited to bring to Arizona players, as well as, getting that great competition to build this and make it a better event. So right now, these 8 players, they may not be the top 8 players, but they're definitely in the mix of the top, 12 to 16 guys in the state here. There's one player that's off this list that is traveling during the summer that people would love to see. I know I would love to see is David Fathom.
Absolutely. That's the big glaring missing piece to this, I think. But
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, because when we
like you
look
said,
at
man.
that local talent, right? And we're at these events like such as the AZ Open or the Bullshooter event. There's these big names that you see them walk in, whether they win or not. You know that hey, this is going to be a challenge. These are some of the top names in the U.S., let alone the world in soft tip.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's good to see good to see Fathom getting out and doing some fishing and some other stuff.
Yeah, he's enjoying the cooler air in Canada. Lucky him. It is only 113 yesterday, and I'm not stepping outside today. That's for sure.
You got that right, buddy.
Thanks, Will. Glad to see you in the chat. Appreciate the comment. Another cheer on for Jayme here. Again, glad to see the support for everybody. Hey, Al Birdman, welcome to the chat. Appreciate it. Looking forward to
Birdman.
get the opportunity to play with you, against you, another event. And I know the way our traveling's been, it shouldn't be too long before we get to do it again. Looking forward to it, buddy. And thanks for continuing your Grandboard stream. A little shout out. He runs his Birdman Dart stream on Facebook, on the Grandboard. So if you're ever looking to get a good game with some great competition, heck of a guy, heck of a player, jump into his chat, jump into his stream, give him a like, and show him some love.
Definitely one of my favorite doubles partners that I've ever had is Birdman, man. He was so easy to play with. I had never met him before, and he just came into the venue, really nice, really outgoing, just loves darts, and he's a super good guy, man. I'm a big fan. Definitely check his stream out.
Agreed. Yeah.
Check out the Birdman Darts group.
Jayme is keeping that pressure on, going second in this leg, shooting a 509. He attempts to close the 16 down. He does get the 18 shut down, went to the 16 to get more points. He's up by a full triple. And so Chris having two numbers open, he may opt, he's going to hit that 18, puts a blocker up, going to try and lock it right next to it, misses into the one. Does shut down the 16 points behind, puts Jayme under pressure.
That's a really good third dart from Watson there.
That was a great dart. Definitely, Jayme goes under pressure, misses the first dart, tries the Maloney double, and hits that unfortunate tar. Does hit an 18 with the third dart, wasn't actually going for it as he was shooting for the bull. Now, this is the type of match we expect from these two players. I wouldn't say expect, we hope from these two players, right? They are battling every round right now, going back and forth, putting it to each other.
Yeah, Chris Watson's got a great opportunity here to jump out 3-0 and putting in a pile of 18s there. Really putting a stranglehold
That's
on this leg.
definitely, that's big pressure there, but Jayme's got the opportunity to shoot some bulls and try and get himself back into it. Does get two. Tracy says, I'd rather deal with the dry heat than this nasty humidity out here. She must be in Florida. I agree. I was stationed in Florida when I was in the Air Force. I thought the humidity was bad there until I got off active duty and went to the St. Louis, and it's much worse. Then when I finally got to choose where to live, I moved to Arizona. Love it out here. Yes, it is a dry heat. Yes, it is awesome. And it is hot.
It's just hot. It's just hot. It's beautiful.
Right now, it's just hot. Well, right now we're in this heat bubble, right? And it's extremely hot. 110, 111, 113. Jayme going up, only hitting a single bowl there, giving Watson kind of a free look, 3 darts to finish the leg and go up 3-0. But yeah, right now we're in this heat bubble. Does hit the double bowl to finish this leg off. 4-5-3 against 4-3-9. That's a much better match for Jayme. I think that's going to give him the leg to try and come back on this start. I think this is where Jayme starts putting a fight back. The bar darter Al says loves him some Cross Watson. Again, loving to see the support for both these guys, both great guys. Looking forward to what these guys are going to do together.
That's good.
Thanks,
to
Adam.
see.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Good to see Jayme out here playing well. I know he's probably not feeling the best being down 3-0, but
Yeah, he
he's
still
not
puts
out
in
of it.
that 61 to start. Chris Watson comes in with a banger. I tell you, 160 on. Exactly what he was hoping for looking in, going second.
That's a big shot from. That's a huge shot from Watson there.
Yeah, you can
Stole the
see
dart.
that just put a pressure right to Jayme, and Jayme just did not get what he was hoping for on that comeback. Gives the darts right to Watson. Brian Dunnigan. Hey, don't start telling people to move here. No, I never told anybody to move here. I just told them what I enjoy about it. Danny Danos says, love to be able to play in one of these in the future. Been all great matches. Completely agree. I'm hoping to be one of those as well as Mike Redman. I'm sure he's hoping to be one of these players here in the future in the next event. And there's going to be a Premier League. It's not a, how do we call it? It's just going to be somewhat of a top tier league, draft league that's going to sit there and, it'll be a triples event that Scarborough's working on the details, put it together, and that's going to be somewhat of a filler to this Premier League event. This will always be the 8 players for this top tier. Not sure where this is going to go. This is the first day. We can go ahead and start talking about that. This is the first day of this Premier League tournament style league event. We have 8 players. We've already had 2 matches done. This is our 3rd match with Chris the Bar Darter Watson versus Jayme Haveman. Right now, Chris is up 3-0 and leading this leg to make it 4-0 unless Jayme puts a stop to it.
Yeah, that 1-1, 3-3 is not going to help much. Got to get when earlier in the comments somebody asked how many shots Jayme had. I'm going to go ahead and say not enough.
So far.
do me a favor and go get Jayme a Jack Fire from the bar there.
Hey, what's that one? They get the Jayme hates me shot. He has his own shot at that location.
Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody needs to go get him one of those.
Yeah, I mean, right now he is not putting up what he'd like. You can see it in his face, his mentality. He's just kind of like, hey man, I need to wake up and put something in here. Hopefully, he can sit there and throw a couple rounds here, get some confidence, and swing it right back into the next leg. Not saying to give this one up, but at least start building that confidence in the darts. There's a good solid 5 mark on the 20s to give him a ton.
Yeah, it's big for Jayme's confidence, I think.
Yeah, and today we've got 7 matches total to play. We've already finished 2 with Adam Zavada beating Mike Scarborough 9-3 on the first match. Second match, a great match between JC and Chuck Pugliotto. JC pulling it out 9-7, even with his eye issues. And then, yeah, here we are. So next match, we've got Mr. Mike Carter versus Andrew Trainer. And then we'll sit there and play it out, top 4 to the finals.
I'm pretty excited for that next match. Mike Carter and Andrew Trainer. I'm looking forward to that one. I circled that one as one of my favorites to watch. So I'm pretty excited for that one.
Definitely. It's one I've been looking forward to. Of course, I can't complain or say anything. I've been looking forward to each one of these matches. I mean, it's such a great lineup. This is one of those that us local players, we're sitting here, we will sit at any tournament, local blind draw whatsoever. These are the players that we're going to stand behind if we're not playing ourselves and go, hey, let's see what they're going to do.
I mean, you're not wrong. Every single match, every single player here is extremely talented, extremely good, and they're all fully capable of winning this thing. I mean, we obviously got our favorites, but I mean, any one of these guys can come out on top at any point in time.
Definitely. Talking about wins, when we talk about Watson, his favorite wins, he has 2 more favorite wins. One is while the CUC is individual, he wouldn't be here playing without the mentoring of his buddy Brad Smith, great guy, 2006 medalist world win and 2019 Phoenix Cup win with Mike Scarborough. Both different and unique events he mentions. Throws in a ton right there.
He was proud of it. He was proud of those wins. He definitely wanted to make mention of those.
Jayme does get in this round with the 65, shooting that double 20 first start. Watson already leading the way, 546 to 636. He could sit there and take a huge jump by putting in a 140 or better, leaving Jayme in the background. Gets trip 20 first start, single 5. Does drop another trip 20. Jayme does have the opportunity to get close by hitting a 180.
Almost needs it here.
We do want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching us. Hope you're enjoying the commentary. This is our first time here. This is our first event, and we're really enjoying it. Please jump in the chat. Let us know how things are going. Let us know what you think of the players, the competitions, the matches, and what you're looking forward to. If there's anything that you want to shout out or let us know where you're from. Type it out. We'd love to banter back and forth with you guys.
I just sent Heather Fuller. I sent her $10 and I said, "Hey, go buy Jayme a shot, will you?" I just seen her look at her phone and look over the camera, point and laugh.
You're just gonna hear a what sitting next to Mr. Greg Wilson. There's not a nicer guy out there. I like Greg.
I do too. Big fan. Big fan.
Carter goes up and gives a nice slap on the buttocks to Jayme, saying, "Let's go." Again, Jayme's just falling behind. Watson is really, when he's leading these he's going first. He's just running away with it, and you really need Jayme to try and put it together and get some of these big shots in. Right there, just missing one hole on 2 of the trip 20s. Thanks, Travis. Appreciate it.
And I mean,
Appreciate that, Al. Thanks for the comment, bud.
Realistically, we all know when we're out in front and we don't have a whole lot of pressure on us, it's easy to just kind of roll and you just kind of throw and everything comes real easy. So I really like
to say that, and then Watson just throws in a miss right there. But this could give he does another one of those. This could give Jayme the opportunity to get back in this game. And unfortunately, he throws the same darts. Travis, you're not lying. You could join us. I'm surprised you're sitting in the background in the stream there, but I can still hear you from here. Says we both have a face for radio.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my twin brother, he must have got the face for the screen, that's for sure.
Good old James. Shout out to James, man. James is a good dude. I'm a big fan.
I like him. I kind of known him most of my life.
Yeah, I heard.
Great. It was great. He was able to come down and bring his kids down last week, and so the cousins got to play all week. It's always great to see my brother. Unfortunately, we didn't get out and play at any dart events during the week as we had other plans, but can't wait till the next time he gets down here, because I know everybody likes to see him when we get out. So he's always a good time. Definitely, Al. We love James.
What a great shot by Chris Watson there.
114. Yep, that's right. 114. That does give him another leg here. So now we're sitting at 5-0 Watson. Now this is not what we expected.
It is not. No, that's a great shot by Watson though. That 114 is. Oh, there we go. There's a fireball.
Fireball. There we go. 180 start. Best you can do in cricket. Now Watson cannot catch up with this round.
Oh,
he was going to give it a try, though. Mm-hmm. He does hit a 6 mark, keeps himself in the leg here. Yeah.
That's a good shot, Jayme, killing that 19 and not leaving it out there for Watson to pound on.
Agreed. Smashing that first start with confidence, that's good for him. I think this could be the leg to jolt him back into going, hey, you know what? I'm still here. I'm here. I'm ready to play. We all know Jayme's got the game in him. We know he can sit there and compete with all these guys here, and it's on him just to sit there and put them strings of darts together. Watson puts in a 5 mark on the 18th.
Yeah, that's another good shot by Chris Watson. I mean, it's but here we go again, Jayme, first start triple.
Oh,
triple. This
puts
is
in a
great.
banger there. Third dart, trip 17, throwing a 6.67. Watson's 5.5. These are the numbers we're expecting to see from these two. When you're sitting there walking in, that's what we're looking at. That big 6-0s and stuff. I mean, these DSC guys, Division 1 and 2, have really raised the bar for our game. And this is what you're expecting to see from this level.
And it speaks to somebody in the chat mentioned it earlier. It speaks to the depth of players that are in Arizona.
Right.
To
Throws
for a
three
guy like
solid
Jayme
darts there.
Haveman, who some people might not know, to be shooting 5.75 on stream is, if somebody sees that and they're like, holy cow, who's this guy?
Agreed. I mean, and everybody around here in Arizona, we all know Jayme. A great guy, definitely a great shooter. Wins a lot of these local blind draws and does really well against the best players. And fantastic to be around, play against, and play with. But right now, this is where we're at. He hasn't really shown up until this leg, and it's showing up big. Nice 5 mark, trip 15, bull, leaves him in a great position to win this leg. But Watson could still put him under pressure because he's only one bull behind in points.
Exactly. Coming off
I
a
agree,
nice
Al.
5 mark too.
Al says Jayme is a great dart player. He isn't showing it here. Maybe stream nerves. And that's what this is for. This is what we need, to sit there and get more comfortable under these type of positions. Agreed, Nicholas. On this, what I was mentioning. He says when he gets more comfortable, the rest of the field is in trouble for sure. Agreed. Any one of these players can sit there and compete on their day against any one of these guys. That's why it's a toss-up. There's no gimmies. 5.44 for Jayme there. Puts one on the board. Now we're at 5-1. Chris Watson in the lead.
Good to see Jayme get one on the board, get a little confidence. I'd like to see him make this bring this kind of reel this match back in and see if we can't make this a match. Watson's rolling right now. He's playing really
Yeah,
well.
I think Watson's he's not looking forward to that part. He doesn't want any piece of that. He says, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, throwing a 7 mark, and continue pounding this guy and make sure that I win. And that's the mentality you got to have, right? At the end of the day, these guys are all friends, competitors, but you're here to win.
Yeah, 100%, exactly. Good 5 mark there for Jayme. A little bounce out on the third, but registered the triple. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keeps him in there, even though it's not a bad return after a 7 mark on the 20s. Watson, you're hoping that he uses all 3 darts somewhere else. He does close with the Maloney double on the 19. Yeah, it's funny how people go back and forth, and Maloney's really the only one that fights for the doubles. But hey, I believe in if you're confident you're not going to miss, why does it matter? You can shoot whatever you want. But when it comes to percentage shots, it makes a big difference if you're sitting there missing.
yeah, it's true. It's true, man. It's everybody's different, right? Everybody's got different perspectives on shots. And for me, if you're missing inside, you're shooting at a bigger target, I think. But I'm not pro or against shooting the double.
Well,
I'm
right
good
now we
either
got a
way.
good match. They're both at 4-6-7, fighting back and forth. Watson not in the point lead yet, about to take it on the first start with a trip 20. But yeah, I agree. When it comes to strategy and play, it is going to be my personal opinion is not my personal opinion, but I can see both sides. The reason people go at the triple when they need a 2 is because that's where they're focusing their darts more times than not, right? Andrew Trainer got him a shot. No wonder why he's showing up. Here he comes. but But yeah, I mean, and there's the big 6 mark there on the 18s to get him in the point lead. But yeah, if you're sitting there, for example, you're shooting majority of your darts at triples and soft tip. You're not shooting them at doubles. Same thing with steel tip. You're not shooting them at doubles as often. Mike Maloney does, so he's going to be a lot better at that if he's used to it. Definitely, I like his thing. It is a bigger target, right? And then if you've already got it blocked or this reason or that, and you're comfortable with it, then shoot it.
That's a big 5 mark for Watson there. Kill off that 18 and um, grab 60 points. But that Jayme answering back with a 7, taking the high ground. So Down 9 points, takes the high ground, and puts a little pressure.
Yeah, I like that move. I like that move. Get rid of the big number. That was a great move. Val, hey, I'm Tim Goodwin. If you don't know who's commentating, I'm Tim Goodwin, just a local darter in Arizona, as well as Mike Redman is my co-host. First time doing this, and there it is, Fireball.
Fireball.
Mr. Chris Watson, the bar darter, throws it in there, puts Jayme on the burner. Jayme hits and answers with the trip 15, single 15, single 15. Does not get the point lead, but this is the type of darts we are expecting. Hey, Hunter Young, what's up? Appreciated your help last night. Welcome to the stream. James giving us that like. Love you, brother. Literally. Let's see. Watson goes in, throws in another Maloney double. Yep. I think he's doing that because Mike Maloney was on the stream earlier and he probably noticed.
Probably.
I like that move there. I do like that look at the 16 after hitting the first dart, giving himself 4 bulls if he closes at 16. Punish it, puts in a 3 bull. You know, Watson's not really under a lot of pressure, but man, these 5-1-4, 5-1-4, this is a great match. Appreciate it, Al. Thank you.
Yeah, he's not under a lot of pressure, but he could be. I mean, if you get a miss here,
single, and there it is. Ooh. Just what you're talking about. There hits that single 10, giving Jayme, and with the confidence he won with last leg, I think he can do this. You know, he's going to drop it in there.
Yeah, that's the old commentator's curse, you know.
Right. Yeah, let's see what happens. Does he go at the double?
Yes.
Oh, just outside of that bull. Now you're going to stay there. It's another bull, gets the point lead. Thanks, Jai. Appreciate that, buddy. Always good to see you. Thanks for watching.
This should be a quick cleanup for Watson. Single here. And
yeah, Hunter. I mean, you're right. He says he thinks the double is the better shot, though, when closing in cricket. I mean, it's going to be a fight one way or the other. Chris Watson taking this one down, finishing off 16 bull. Woes up. He's now up 6-1 in a race to 9 against Jayme Haveman. But yeah, when you're shooting at the double 16, it is a bigger bet. But the concern is percentage shots, right? You know, if you're shooting at the triple, then you have a miss on either side that can leave you a single, whereas a double outside can sit there and put you under pressure and miss. So there's fights for both sides, for that. And I think it's just whatever you're comfortable with. The only time people are going to get upset if you shoot at the double is when you hear that big tar. And
that's the worst sounding darts. We came to the conclusion earlier.
Let's see.
Eric Barron gave us a subscribe. Appreciate that. The White Buffalo. It's been a while, man.
Hey. I like Porky's answer. No doubles. You can't be talking about food because he doubles everything.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream, Steve. Love it to see you in here. Porky just got his new jersey release. Looks fantastic. Can't wait to get one for myself.
Hey, you want to talk about a guy that's been on a tear lately, man? Porky is just lighting the board up.
Yeah, but he does use 4 darts, right? And so, yeah, I mean, And you like to see what happened the last 2 legs with Jayme, though, man. This is good stuff. So the fact that he's putting up the fight, this is what we want to see him. You know, it did start a little late, so he might be able to get a comeback. Chris Watson going up trip 20. Does he do it?
Get a fireball out of this?
Nailed it.
Fireball. And I think this is as big of a leg for Watson as it is for Jayme, because I think, Watson wants to keep the pressure on and really put his foot on the throat and wrap this up. So he doesn't want to give any glimmer of hope for any kind of comeback or anything like that. So
Definitely agree. He's not wanting to give Jayme that momentum that he could come back because he knows, on the right streak, any one of these players can sit there and just fight and put it to these guys. So they can sit there and string along legs, 4, 5, 6 in a row even. So it's good to see Chris is just staying, focused, forced, and ready just to take this thing down.
Here's our fearless leader found us a scoreboard. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's playing with it now. Now we can. Yeah, it's great to see a scoreboard there. Just wondering how much he's going to play with it. Jayme way behind in this leg, unfortunately. Does get in a ton.
That looks good right where it's at. It's in a good place, kind of out of the way, and
Yeah, and poof, there it is.
yep, he did a good job whipping that together real quick. I like it.
Yes, that was definitely magic. I want to thank you guys for your help last night on questions, answering questions for trying to get this stream. Appreciate that, guys. And yeah, thanks, Mike Redman, for joining me today. This has been fantastic. Of course, like we mentioned earlier, it's just like me and you sitting behind these guys having a great old conversation like we normally do.
Yeah, I mean, man, that's all it really is. It's nothing. It's nothing crazy. It's just it doesn't even feel like commentating. It feels like we're just sitting at the table, having a couple beers and just talking about darts.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I'm gonna pop a beer open here probably after the finals. Try and make sure that I can see the screen for as long as this is gonna last because I don't want to miss any of it. Watson going up,
Watson
takes a
making
look
deep
at the
dive.
double 16 to finish, finishes it off. Great leg there. Now up 7-1. This is definitely not what we expected, but Watson putting the pedal down, making it happen.
What do you think about that shot by Watson there? 67 on split bull going bullseye first start.
I'm not a fan of it personally, but that's not, he can do whatever he wants at that look because of the fact that Jayme isn't even close. He's got a guaranteed 9 darts at that double where Jayme was sitting. So if he can take whatever he's comfortable with at that point, my personal opinion on 67 is 17 first start, leaving a double 8 if you hit the triple, and then you can sit there and go bull if you're under pressure, or if you're feeling it or want to be fancy, or you can just sit there and hit the 10 or 18 to leave your favorite double.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the St. Louis Cardinals must be doing well, or at least tied the game. I hear my wife screaming.
uh,
All right, so
and there's a fireball. Chris Watson piling another 180.
great shot there. That's one thing we forgot to do, but is figure out what we're gonna do an over under, which I think we're gonna have to sit there and figure out a new way to do this since we are playing 01 and cricket. We'll have to figure it out for the final four and see if we can get an over under. See Daniel Hilsenbach. Welcome to the stream, bud. Appreciate you joining in and watching. Thanks for the great commentary there, or great comments. Great job to Mike for sure. Definitely big ups to Mike Scarborough for putting this together, putting the legwork in, getting the locations involved. Thanks for Tom Ryans for hosting the event today. Purple Punch Productions putting it on the stream. And thanks for Mike Redman for joining me here. This has been a lot of fun so far. Again, it is our first time running this, my second time commentating, and ever. First time was in Idaho, and Mr. Charles Taylor in the stream here, who's the one that helped me. And this is easy to do, as we talked about, Redmond. This is easy to do when you've got these players with this type of competition on the screen. You put a show on. They're putting the show on for us. So this is fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and man, we keep saying it, we keep going back to it, but it's just like we're just sitting around talking about what we see in front of us, and I mean that's all we're really doing. It's nothing crazy. It's a couple guys looking at watching some dudes play darts, and right on cue, Jayme piles in a 180 there
What's
for
that?
another
It's
fireball.
a fireball. There he goes. He says, I'm still in this. Don't count me out. And that's one thing I would never do with Jayme is count him out.
Correct. Look at these averages here. We got 44.33 playing 42.08.
Yeah, on a split, well, double in, double out game. These are averages of top tier. They may, they're on the verge of the S tier, as they call it, those 50s. And we did see that one earlier, right? We saw that 50.01 leg that Mike Scarborough threw on stream against Adam Savada, which was fantastic.
Be interesting to see how Watson goes at this 108.
He's going to
I
take
like this
2016 double 16. Oh, he went the 8. I like that move.
Ooh,
Just high.
it's a little high. That's a good shot by
This
Watson.
is what Jayme's hoping for. He gets a look, and he looks like he's going to be confident enough to go up and smash it. He does. 16 this second. And he even had that sound, at the end here. I'm going to update the scoreboard and see what happens. Did you already do that?
Did not
See,
know.
I'll do that now. All right, so let's see. That worked. Now we know how to do that.
Sweet.
Good stuff. All right, so this match is 7-2. It's a race to 9 alternate format. We're doing 701 double in, double out, 701 double in, double out, cricket, back and forth, race to 9, and long format. Today's a Premier League is what we're calling it. It's somewhat following a tournament structure each league day event. So today's matches, we started off with Mr. Mike Scarborough, who put this together against Adam Savada. Adam Savada took that win 9-3. Next match was a fantastic fight, back and forth the whole way. The JC against Chuck Pulio. JC pulls that out 9-7. They will be battling out not next match, but the match after that in the semis, and so to try and fight their way to the finals. Right now, we currently have Chris Watson versus Jayme Haveman. Watson is up 7-2, putting the foot down and not letting off the gas whatsoever by Watson. And then next match, we've got Mr. Mike Carter versus Andrew Trainer. And that'll be the end of our round 1 matches after that. And then we'll continue to fight it out until we have a winner today.
And once again, guys, man, give us a like, give us a share. I appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody jumping in and watching, hanging out with us. Give us some score predictions. Take a look at the bracket. Who do you think's going to win this whole day? And keep feeding the chat with some good comments.
Definitely. We appreciate all the comments. Exactly what Mike said. We appreciate the comments. We love the banter. We do, it keeps it interesting. Let us know what your thoughts are. If give it a share if you're enjoying it. And if you're enjoying the darts, give it a share. Even if you don't like our commentary, you can easily mute us. That's not hard to do. But, you never know what we'll end up saying, since this is live all the time. So looking forward to seeing how this all ends, and I can't wait to see where this is going to take us. Just this one single event, can take us to the sky with the Arizona dart players.
Yeah, speaking of guys, people that are playing really, really well right now, Douglas D. Michelle in the chat over here saying he can't wait to come back to Arizona. He wants to. He'd love to try and make it on this level. I'm here to tell you, man. He was dealing at the CDC events. He qualified to get his CDC tour card. It's pretty.
Yeah, I saw that. Sent him a congratulations at his age and his time, and the effort he's putting in. It's fantastic to see him get to that level where he's at now. Let alone, can't wait to see where he's going to go.
Yeah, exactly. Jayme piling in a 5.0 here, trying to make it interesting.
It's 2 single 18s. He's got the lead. He's going to leave Chris Watson a nice look here, though. Watson hits trip 18, trip 18, trip 20. He can sit there and take the lead and knock out that big number.
The hanger. Oh, got it in there.
Welcome to the chat, James. Great to see you, brother. Looking forward to coming up in a few weeks and spending 4th of July up there in Utah. Smart play right there. Shuts down the 18, gets some more points, puts Watson under more pressure, leaving Watson down to the 17s. Again, he's going to be in the same boat. He hits a 6 mark. You can take a look at that big number shutdown. Even if he hits triple here, he may take a look. Does just miss on the outside. Hits a triple, collects. Now Watson, Jayme, this is one where he should probably start at the 20, but he's going to go 17. Closes.
Yeah,
It's 15.
When
It's a
he
trip
picked up
15. Great shot. Great shot by Jayme Haveman. It's a 7 mark.
when he picked up the first win under his belt, he got a little confidence. His first start triple on closes has been spot on the last probably I don't know, the last probably 2 or 3 cricket legs. Closing first start triple has been really good for him. So
And I think it's really smart play, right? That strategy plays out. If you're going in, not saying that this is happening today, but if you're going in and you feel that you're the weaker player or your stats are lower or you're playing against a stronger player than yourself. When you're playing cricket, one of the strategies is try and shut it down as fast as you can. Get what you need, but shut down, because the more darts the game's going to go, the less chance you have to win.
yeah, and
That's right,
even right
Charles.
there,
I'll be there in July.
right there, Jayme missing the big 16 and leaves Watson a chance. Watson capitalized with a big 5 mark there.
Great shot there. It does take the point lead.
Jayme finding the 60 in the close. It's a good shot there.
That's right, Charles. I'll be up there with the family. Going to go spend the 4th of July back up there. We had such a great time last year. We're looking forward to doing it again. I do need to lock down the Airbnb still. Let's see. Watson just outside first, hits the second dart, hits the third, 2 single bulls. Jayme's got a nice run here going. He can put a third leg on the board. Misses first dart. Oh, tries to put more points in. Misses second. Does get that big third. That's a crusher dart for Watson. Not saying it's over yet, but Watson's got to put in a big round on bulls. Pretty much what Adam did earlier. A 5 bull here could sit there and put him right back in the leg.
Yeah, 5 bull here gives him the point lead. So we'll see if he's able to capitalize on that.
Birdman says, who's the better looking twin? That's his question. Well, I'll leave that answer up to you guys. My wife will sit there and have her opinion. I know his wife has her opinion. And really, I'm good with that.
Always count on Birdman to start.
4-2-2. That's right. 4-2-2 for Jayme Haveman against Chris Watson's 4-0. That gives Jayme another leg on the board, bringing it 7-3. This one's not over. It might be a long run, but it's not over yet.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, Charles.
I think Watson's got to really step on the gas here and put this leg on the board and try and get to the brink.
He gets that big 6-0 there, 6 mark there to lead on the 20s, but I think he's starting to feel it too. Jayme's starting to get a little more comfortable in his shoes shooting this game, and you can see it here, and he's definitely shooting a lot better in the cricket. Shoots a 6 mark to follow Watson's 6 mark. Douglas Michelle says neither are good looking. Hey, appreciate the comment.
Always leave it up to Douglas to start some stuff.
Who does that? I've never seen him start anything. Such a sweet boy.
It's an unfortunate 2 mark there for Jayme. Kind of gives Watson
flips that last one just outside.
Yeah, it gives him kind of free reign to do whatever he wants to do now.
Yeah, I think he looks at that 19 and misses the first dart. He's probably going to go right at the 20 after this start. Slows it down, takes a breather. Smart. This is a great move for him because, that second dart did barely slide into the single 19, and figuring out whether it's worth it or not. Going right back up top. Hits single 20. Appreciate the backward forward.
Kind of leaves the door open for a trip 19, trip 20 here.
He does get the first trip 19, hits a single, does get point lead, misses the big close on the 20. I like the move. Unfortunately, he didn't hit it, but I like the move to close that big number as soon as you get it, as soon as you get that point lead.
And sneak it in there. Yeah, it's a good shot. It's a really good dart.
It is, but you can see these guys both are under pressure now that Jayme's sitting there starting to throw and find a stroke, and it's starting to become an even queue on these matches. The last few have sit there that Watson isn't running away with them like he was the first couple. Jayme sits there and posing a 5 mark, takes point lead.
Yeah, I mean Watson really jumped out on him. He really got out on him in the first handful of legs.
Great question was just asked by Hunter Young. He says he's asked James, my brother, the same question. So he'll ask me. He goes, with us moving, all the moving that we did, what town do we think has had the best in terms of amount of high level players? That's a fantastic question. So I've been fortunate enough. I've lived in a lot of areas where darts are very popular, such as St. Louis, Phoenix. We played in levels. James up in Utah, Omaha, South Dakota is where we started. Played in Florida. So I lived down there so we played all over the U.S. So we definitely have a good view of where some of the top players are. In my opinion, Arizona has been on the top tier for the last, 15 years. Over the last 5 years, it's definitely taken a turn. It is not as high as some of these other states and stuff as we're seeing based on the CSCs and the events, the bigger events. But, as far as traveling players go, I think right now, Wisconsin, Wisconsin, and you've got top tier talent in Wisconsin with the amount of players they've got, with the amount of competition they always have there. That would be up there. You can't deny where Maloney is and playing, and all the guys there with Jeremiah Millar and all the big names. So right now, I think there's 3 or 4 states that are definitely stacked: Arizona, Florida, Wisconsin, Illinois. South Dakota does have a few. But yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on that. Uh, we've definitely put together some good competitions between different states in the past, never at this high level, and hopefully we'll get to that point with this type of stuff. Let's see.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head with everything you said, to be honest. You're going to find great players in every state you go to. Seen a lot of great players in my day. I think Arizona is really, really deep, really talented. Wisconsin's obviously really deep, really talented. Florida's really good. It's hard to argue with Texas. Texas is really good.
Right, exactly. I mean, you've got Texas has got a lot of top tier talent, right? Like a lot of top 10 players, but do they have the depth that some of these other states have? Is where it comes into play, right? And so, we can't just sit there, and when we're talking about depth, I think Arizona and Florida and Wisconsin, they've got it, but everywhere else definitely has some big names. I mean, you can sit there and look at what Kevin Luke. There's not a lot of big names coming from the Pacific Northwest, but there are a few that can compete at that top tier level, and that's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of those guys is Jeff Springer. I mean, he gets out, and every time I see results from an event, if Jeff Springer's at the event, he's in the top 4, or he's in the finals, or he's winning. I mean, he's one of them
So
guys that comes from that area.
Watson takes down that last leg, pushing him 8-3. Jayme's going to start this one. This is a race to 9. Agreed with you. Jeff Springer's a fantastic guy, great shooter, steel tip, and I look at when I look at the players from California, there's definitely quite a few. You got Chris Lim, right? He's not traveling as much, but when he does, he's definitely known, and he's a force to reckon with, right?
Yep.
But yeah, James makes a great point here. He says you also have to call out that we're talking about soft tip only. That is true. Right now, I'm discussing soft tip. As we're watching soft tip, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of these players that we mentioned are great at both soft tip and steel, and so yeah, good call out, James. Jayme is taking a lead here. Watson does not get in on the first round, giving Jayme the lead 5:15 at 7:01. He's going to have to sit there and put a big ton, try and get that 160 that he did earlier. to get himself back in the leg. Hits 60. Does hit the triple in the last start, gets himself in the leg. 120 on. Great start there. After missing, way to come back and follow through on that. Doug says he loves Jeff. Chats to him during the first week of CC and is just so knowledgeable. Agreed. Jeff's a great guy, and he's been around the steel tip game for quite a while.
See if Watson can pile in a couple triples here and get himself back in this.
He does manage to get one, gives him a ton. And, he's still there. So now that, Jayme not doing as much as he'd like on that last round, really needs to put in a big round here to stay on top. Well, you can tell they're starting to get a little clammy looking at these averages. We're starting to get to the end. I wonder if Watson's kind of getting one of those finish line jitters. Or if, Jayme's just not putting enough pressure on him to can you stay in there? Jayme opting to take the hat off, seeing if that helps him.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Throws in a 95. That's right. Hunter says, talking steel tip, who are you guys most impressed by at the U.S. Masters? Oh, man. I'm impressed by all of them, for one, making it there based on the qualifiers and PDC. I've got to give it out to Adam Savata, the local boy. There it is. Fireball. 180 for Jayme Haveman. Or, I'm sorry, that was Chris Watson that put that in there. Apologize, Chris. Great shot. Gives him the lead by almost 100 there. I would have to say most impressed would be Adam Savata being the first time on that big stage. It may not have been his first time. I believe it is for the steel tip on that level. And the composure he had on his first couple of events, it was fantastic to watch, throwing almost that 89 point something average against one of the top PDC players in the world. It was fantastic to see. Douglas says, every time Jayme took his hat off against me, I got scared. Must be a move Jayme has, huh? That's right. Luke Littler. Yep. Fantastic to watch.
Yeah, I think to piggyback off what you said there, I continuously stay impressed with Jeff Smith. I feel like every time Jeff Smith steps on the stage at Madison Square Garden, he's just upsetting somebody, constantly beating big names.
Jayme needed a triple there to leave himself an out. Watson's got 6 stars to take this win at 122. He might take it this round.
I wonder if he goes the 18 route here.
Yeah, to try and leave himself the bull. Jayme's at 200, so there's no reason to go there's no reason to go for the bull. So that right here, he may do it, but I don't think there's a reason for it. I would go trip 20 and try and get the setup, or stay on the 18s to leave 32.
Yeah, I think leaving 32.
Yeah. So now he doesn't have an option. He can sit there and try and leave his favorite out at 32. I don't think that's his favorite, but it's definitely a right-hander's go-to. Great shot. Picks up the triple 18, leaving 32, giving him the 3 even darts to take this down 9-3. Jayme gonna try and put some pressure on. Trip 20 first start, single 20, trip 20 does put the pressure on. Is it enough though?
Time for a 140 there from Jayme.
Definitely. And dead center, right down the line. Double 16. Chris Watson is your winner of this match. Wins 9-3.
Yeah, it's a good showing from Watson.
Definitely.
Watson was dealing. He was playing well. That was encouraging and impressive to see. So
definitely, he wins 9-3. I mean, it was nice to see. He had a great start there. He goes up 5 or 6 legs before Jayme gets to put one on the board. And unfortunate for Jayme, didn't get off to the lead he'd like to. But once he